This is Sound Off 60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show.
Coaching staff was just like, you need to go through the same routine you were going through in the minor leagues. It's going to happen. Yeah. Our skipper actually moved me up to the 2-hole in the order in the middle of that and said, hey, you're our guy, you're going to play, and we believe in you. And then got a few hits, started believing in myself.
Hey, Nate. Oh, Julio's coming back. Oh, forget it. The game's over. Forget it. The game's over. Oh, Julio.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
It's holiday week here at Sound Off 60, getting ready for Feast Day coming up later in the week, and an early
Turkey Day.
Thanksgiving holiday to all out there and your loved ones as well.
Turkey Day, Scooter.
Thanksgiving is not even a holiday for sports writers.
Get with the program, man. Get with the program, and soon it'll be
we're going to have to bring
I've never considered Thanksgiving even a holiday.
Well, you're always working during that time,
I don't know.
Scooter.
Bah humbug already. We're 5 seconds into the show.
He's mad because he's working. He's working during that time.
Kevin Guidry dressed out
always
in purple.
Glad to be here.
Bah
Love my
humbug
Tigers.
in the middle. Sarah right here for the next hour. We got the lot to cover. We got the LSU Tigers rolling through the regular season. We got the New Orleans Saints continue to roll.
Impressive.
Proud Mary down the Mississippi, sir.
Woo.
And the McNeese Cowboys are snubbed. That's going to be the word we'll use throughout the hour. Snubbed by the FCS Playoff Selection Committee. We'll get into that. Let's do some programming nuts. Coming up in the second and third segment of the show very shortly, Cowboys head coach Lance Guidry. We'll talk about the playoffs and the non-appearance in the playoffs, getting ready for that.
I know Coach Guidry's steaming about that.
The season in whole and looking ahead to 2018.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a lot to talk about there. Also, Barb head coach Mike Cotrera is coming in to talk about the Bucs' big matchup as they get through the playoffs. What, round 2?
Yeah.
They're through 2
West
rounds.
Monroe.
Getting ready to go up in North Louisiana to take on number 1 seeded West Monroe. Remember that game about
Is that how they
years
always
ago?
seeded? Have you ever heard them seeded anywhere else but number 1? I mean, when you hear West Monroe, is either number 1 or number 2?
Acadiana's been up there too.
Okay.
Acadiana's number 3 in the state. Seeded anyway.
I think Acadiana was number 1 most of the year.
But now it's seeded wise. Well, they lost to Sulphur. Remember that?
That's
Yeah.
right,
West Monroe obviously has got a powerhouse. So we've got a lot to cover, guys. It's going to be a great show, so hang with us. I know it's holiday week. I know you're getting ready for Black Friday. I don't know why they even deal with Black Friday. I got my wife looking forward to it. I don't know anything about it.
That's those ladies, Rick. You don't even mess with that day.
Why would you want to subject yourself to that?
You don't even mess with that day. You let it go.
Never in my life.
Understand. Never.
That's how you get the deals. That's how you get the deals.
Many watch the show. Will probably say, how in the hell
what
do
are
we
they
sit
talking
there
about?
on the couch? No, how do we sit there on the couch and watch how do you get into bowl season and watch 5 meaningless bowl games in a row?
Yeah.
I'll never figure that out.
But you want to talk about me getting out and going shopping on Black Friday?
Oh, my God.
No.
All right, lots to cover.
Leave that alone.
A lot of families, particularly, that's a mother-daughter thing.
Yes.
It's like a rite of passage.
Oh, yeah.
When the daughter gets up about 7 or 8 years old,
Look,
they make that first
Drag
Black Friday.
Guys, y'all can't believe families have schedules. If they want to get the best deals, they will put somebody from 5 in the morning to say 7. Another shift comes on from 7 to 8 to make sure that everybody's in place when the doors open.
All the deals have already started. I just heard that on the news.
No,
Black Friday runs all week into the weekend.
No, you get a better deal that day. You get a better deal that day. You get a better deal that day.
Exactly. I don't know. I've heard ladies in my circle say they like to go out there and just watch the crazies. It's like people watching. The
people all about getting deals.
That I can understand.
That might be kind of fun.
People about getting deals.
Somewhere to park.
Yeah, that might be a sport unto itself.
It's all about getting deals.
I don't know where we begin. Let's first touch on the McNeese Cowboys. I use that word, and I think it's apropos. I think they were snubbed by the selection committee.
Well, I mean,
I really do.
And
especially in light of Nichols losing to Southeastern and Hammond. Thoughts?
My thing is this. I always thought, and Scooter knows better than me, I always thought your record played a big part in how you could possibly be seated. But you've got a team, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nichols ended up, 8-3?
8-3.
McNeese is what, 9-2?
Right.
Okay.
Head to head.
I get the head-to-head too.
We've got Lance Guidry coming on. We can just touch on this. But if I'm the committee, I'm going to tell you, All right, Nichols also played Texas A&M.
Yes, they
I
did.
got that. I got
McNeese
that.
played
I got that.
nothing like that.
Okay.
So if they had, I think the committee would assume they'd have one more loss.
Okay.
And Nichols beat McNeese.
Well,
Right.
like
They did not play McNeese, but they beat McNeese.
right. But like you said, that would have been maybe what you said is a money game for McNeese that they didn't have this year, Scooter. Is what you're saying.
And it's not their fault.
And,
They had
and it's not.
They were supposed to play Arkansas this
Okay.
year, so it's bad luck.
So
Here's the premise
They
that
might have beat Arkansas.
Here's the case I made last week. I made the case in Lanyard Magazine. Southland, especially this year, the Southland Conference needed to go 4 deep, and they didn't.
Yeah.
Based on the fact that Central Arkansas and Sam Houston were pretty much 3, 4, or 5 all year long.
Yeah.
And you look at the playoff.
You knew that
of
already.
The pairings right now, and guess who is seated
Yeah.
in the top 6 again?
Yeah.
Sam Houston and Central Arkansas.
Yeah.
So you have two teams seated in the top 6. You mean to tell me you can't go 4 deep when you have two of the top
in the
6
top 6.
teams in all of FCS in the country?
Yeah.
You can't go 4 deep? I disagree with you.
that's
I
a
disagree
strong
with that.
argument, though, Rick.
That's my
Sure,
case.
and I'll play the committee again, although I don't believe what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
The committee would tell you they don't pay any attention to conference. I think they probably do.
Don't think. Well, no, you're talking about who's in, who's out with the. Just look
Yeah.
at it from the
Does it
national
matter?
standpoint.
I mean, they
national.
They look
National.
at them 1 through however many without regard.
Yeah.
It's national.
So
all right.
But
I mean, it's a lot.
We all
I mean,
know that's
Yeah,
probably
all right,
not
we'll get
true.
into more of that with Cowboy head coach Lance Guidry in the next
Yeah.
segment. All right, let's go on the New Orleans Saints.
Wow.
Wow is right.
You're right about that, Scooter.
This is a game they needed, okay? In this nice little 8-win game winning streak to win one and have it a rally and win it in overtime.
What
Says a
was
lot.
it
Let me tell you something.
What was
Says a
it I
lot.
was saying last week? When I watched the Saints, I don't want to see Drew Brees as an innocent bystander being a game manager.
Yeah.
Well, we got that
Oh,
out
I
of the way.
think
That's
he's
out of the way.
contributing.
And-
he's contributing.
And I, guys, look, you know, Rick, I'm always looking for that one piece to say, Rick, you know what? But then again, I look at the Redskins.
Solid team, losing record, I know.
Stop it.
Solid,
Stop it.
a
Stop
lot
it
of
while you're
injuries.
ahead. Stop it, Rick.
That's
Stop
a
it.
pretty good quarterback.
Stop it, Rick. Just when I'm thinking the Saints,
can't
Scooter,
believe
kind
it. I
of.
can't
Wait,
This is the
believe
NFL.
but wait.
This is the
Did-
NFL,
oh,
Kevin.
God.
You played in it.
Yeah.
I know we
Wow.
didn't, but I think we
Let me tell you
understand
something.
it better
Okay,
than
on,
you do.
on any given Sunday, I get that, guys. But let me tell you
It's
something.
the
Just,
NFL,
just when
Kevin.
you think a team is trying to get, and all of a sudden you come against a team such as the Redskins, it's like, this should be easy.
Oh.
It was a
Like
struggle.
nothing's
It was a
easy in
struggle,
the
Rick.
NFL. Nothing's
I know
easy.
you love your Saints. I know you love
No,
your Saints.
I'm-
Okay,
I'm very- I'm
just
very
saying.
objective
Anybody
here.
else, Rick, I could have probably said, you know what? Wow, they beat a good team, man. The Redskins.
They're hurt. They've got a lot of people out. I know that.
The
and they lost a
Redskins
couple.
are hardly just chicken fodder. I mean,
All right.
come on, Kevin.
Let's save your
Stop
negative
it, Scooter.
thoughts to next week.
And
when
you
they
write
go,
for the
when they go to
American
Los
press, and I
Angeles
cannot believe
and
that.
play the
I'm going to ask
Rams.
Coach Lance Goodry when he comes on,
And
okay?
the
I mean,
Rams-
because I don't think you guys know what you're
Hush
talking
up.
about. I don't.
The Rams are coming off a loss, but would
Are
you
you
say?
sure you played in the NFL?
I wonder about that myself.
Let me tell y'all something.
Some credentials.
It's when, why do you, let me ask this here.
Make it quick.
Let me ask this here. The Philadelphia Eagles, is there anything wrong with them?
No.
Are they a good team?
Yeah.
Why are they a good team? Why are they a good team?
You got a great quarterback and a great offensive
No,
line
no,
and a good
that-
Well,
defense.
there can
What do
only
you
be
want?
one great team
No, that's
in
not
the
what I asked.
NFL.
Why are they a good team?
They're winning.
Okay, go again. They beat good teams.
Oh my gosh.
They beat good teams. Come on, Ricky, man. Come on. All I'm saying is, I feel for you with the Saints, but until they prove to me, Rick, they can knock somebody
okay,
off.
Saints fans, 8 straight wins
Wow.
means nothing to
Wow.
him.
You're just.
I'm just hard. I'm just a
Man,
hard
you-
customer
you-
to please,
you
I guess,
need
man.
to- you need
You are.
I'm just
you
a hard
need
customer, man, to please. That's all.
Drink some,
Nah,
drink
I'm
the
just
right
hard-
Kool-Aid.
I'm just
Oh,
saying, Rick.
we're going to have fun.
The
with
LSU
Saints-
Tigers. The
Saints.
LSU Tigers. They take care of business in crazy weather in Knoxville.
It was.
that
That was.
was
The weather was
Rolling through
bad.
the regular season. This is what this team needed. They're building and building for bowl season and building for next year.
Yeah, and rolling is too strong a word. I hate
Well,
to beat it,
well,
beat it
winning.
down.
What do you mean rolling is too strong a word?
I mean, it's a team with some flaws.
Yeah,
But I
who doesn't?
give them credit for winning.
Yes.
And Tennessee's a terrible team.
Yes, they are. That's a bad team. Okay. There are bad teams in college football.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
But
All right.
I will give
All right.
Tennessee credit.
All right.
They played their butts
All
off.
right.
Okay.
You know, you never know what a team's going to do with an interim coach. Tennessee played their butts off.
And that was
Two
expected.
punts
That was expected.
Inside the 20.
That was expected. It
Oh
was.
my gosh,
No
that's
kidding.
gifts.
No
I mean,
Yeah, it was expected. But
that kid's got to feel
It was
terrible.
hardly an artistic masterpiece. LSU got some breaks.
Yes, they did.
Well, no, but I give, and that was some of the nuttiest weather.
Yeah.
it was
I mean,
bad.
The rain
It was.
to start second half gets all the headlines, but it was that constant swirling
Sideways.
wind, and you never knew which way it was going.
Yeah. And then it dissipated. Then it kind
It
of went
did.
away.
Yeah, but
It did.
the wind
The
pretty
wind
well
stayed?
stayed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But the elements were still
covered
there.
a lot. We heard Lance Guidry's coming up. We heard Kevin Guidry's tirade of nothing.
I'm just not going to give you anything
nothing.
about the Saints. I'm not
Nothing
going
to
to
the
give you
conversation.
anything about the Saints.
Nothing to the
They're going to have to earn it.
We're
They
taking
got
a short
to earn
pause.
it.
We're going to pivot to commercial break. Coming back with Lance Guidry talking about
They've gotta
FCS
earn it.
playoffs.
Sorry.
And so much more when we come back to Jack Daniels. Hush, Kevin. We're going to break.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort.
In 1975, we brewed the original light beer with more taste and only 96 calories. We think that's worth celebrating. Miller Lite, back in the original bottle.
The 2018 Toyota Camry is here, and it is a remarkable product. So remarkable, in fact, we're going to do something a little different with this commercial. We're just going to spend the rest of this 30 seconds showing you this car. So if you're one of those people that's always said, yeah, the Camry's not really the car for me, you might be exactly who this car is for. Come see it today at Lake Charles Toyota.
All right, welcome back to the Thanksgiving holiday show here at Sound Off 60. I want to welcome Cowboys head football coach Lance Guidry to the panel to talk about FCS committee, the season in the whole, and looking ahead to 2018. We got you here for about 16 minutes, so let's cover some great ground.
Coach has got a lot of good information for us.
Congratulations. Before we get on the committee, 6-5 last year, 9-2. That's a pretty nice jump.
Yeah,
It is.
Was it biggest difference I thought was defense, played lights out. And, offense, we didn't play as well, but, you know, defense, if you play really good defense, you always got a chance, and that's what we did this year.
Yeah. All right.
Is that because you took over the defense? I mean,
Yeah.
Save that for a second segment when we
Yeah.
recap the 2017 season. I'll start off with the same question I started your Sunday discussion with the media yesterday. How surprised were you that the Cowboys, on the strength of the late season run, minus UCA, of course, and what happened in Hammond with Southeastern knocking off Nicholls State, that you did not get an at-large?
I was shocked. You know, when Southeastern beat Nicholls and we went to Lamar, I thought if we won, we was going to be in. 9-2 record, the history and the tradition of McNeese, and you know, top teams like Sam Houston, UCA being in our conference, and us, you know, usually always in. 2 years ago, of course, we were an undefeated team, and it was us, UCA, I think, and Sam in the playoffs, or maybe Southeastern, I can't remember. But I was shocked, I really was. The hardest thing was the players, when they left the field at Lamar, they thought they had another week to play, and then they had to hear it on a TV that they wasn't in. So there was really no closure for them. Usually when you play your last football game,
Yeah.
you know if there's another
Yeah,
game or not.
exactly.
And so there was no closure, and that's probably the toughest part as a coach, is having to sit in front of those kids
Yeah.
and try to explain why they're not in. And really, I had no explanation.
Yeah. Tough.
what was your first thought when they? I assume you didn't know it till the announcement was made. You didn't get any advance.
No, we had no advance. Probably about 15 minutes before the show started, we got a text from the AD. I guess he got a text from the people in the committee. The guy from UCA sits on the chair for the Southland, and I don't know. I was surprised that Nicholls had got in, and we didn't. But when it all came about, I'm like, well, they went head to head, you know, and they were 8-3, we were 9-2. But I thought that late loss by them, that the committee in general across the United States would want McNeese and not Nicholls, if it was a true committee. But, there was probably something said in there to where, well, you're only going to get 3 in, and they put it on the conference rep. So to the conference rep, he's got to do due diligence to both teams.
Yeah.
And conference records, it was 7-2 to 7-2, and they beat us outright.
Yeah.
So I do understand that, but it's a little different than it is in FBS. And FBS is where you at the end of the season. Nichols beat us the first game of the year. We was running from a hurricane. We didn't practice. It wasn't a normal week. We played on a Thursday. They wouldn't move the game back, and we lost.
Even with all that, it's got to be so frustrating because you outplayed them that game.
Yeah.
And the game got away late.
Yeah. We had the ball 5 times in the red zone and only got 9 points out of it.
Yeah.
And but we thought through the committee in the United States, NCAA, that them losing to Southeastern and rushing for over 300 yards on them, and then we held them to 77 yards and beat them 13-3, that they would choose us, not them.
Do you think it came down to you or Nichols, or just the fact they were only going to take 3 from the South?
Yes.
That's what I don't get. That's what I don't get. I'm sorry, I don't get it.
Nichols was waiting on the announcement with the full team. So when they got the call, they had everybody already gathered.
Yeah.
They
I see
knew.
what you're saying.
They knew before that moment.
Yeah.
They knew.
Wow. Anyway, Coach Guidry, I mean, if it woulda, coulda, shoulda, we all know, you beat Nichols. We're not even having this conversation right now. How big a part does scheduling play in something like this?
Well, if we would have played Arkansas, yes, we probably would have lost by the the averages
of this year.
Yeah,
but
about that.
By the norm, you're gonna.
Okay.
But
I firmly believe
they would have been the number. They would have probably been the first game we played. Nichols would have been game 3 then.
Gotcha.
They wouldn't have been the first game.
Gotcha.
But when we got kind of left out right there, we had to jump on Alcorn. And Alcorn's only opening was where it was at. So we had to move the schedule, and Nichols wanted to move it to 1. So the Arkansas game cost us in a lot of ways.
That's kind of what I was thinking, because those games sometimes do make a difference. When you're looking at, does it go by strength of schedule to the degree to where, I understand the record is there, but do you look at what's on your schedule also to say, look who they played?
Let me address that. Lance Guidry, Cowboys head football coach, has joined us talking about the FCS playoff committee that did not select the McNeese Cowboys and selected a number of teams with lesser schedules. But we'd have to spend an hour figuring out why those teams got in and who they played that
whole
time.
A lot of them were automatic bids.
And some of them weren't.
I know, but if you're going to have 24 teams, you're going to have automatic bids, and that's going to happen.
Of course, Lehigh gets in because they won their average at 5 and 6, but they won their conference.
They said that they used that RPI system kind of like in baseball.
Yeah.
Well, we were ranked higher than probably 8 teams with that system. That's what I don't understand.
The national rankings. Go ahead,
So my understanding, Coach Guidry, when you say RPI, is it how bad you beat a team to put you in a situation to where you say you beat a team 57 to say 3? I mean, is that where you get your points from? Is that where that's accumulated from? Because I'm not sure where it comes from.
Use point differential.
No, but if you look at Nichols' loss, of course, to Texas A&M.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Well, they don't even count that as
They don't. They don't.
They got beat by Sam Houston 66 to 13 or 17.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Then they lose to Southeastern, who is a 6-5 team.
Yeah.
Our losses were on the road to Nichols, who's 8-3, and UCA, who's a conference champion. So look at the losses.
Yeah. That's a decent argument, Coach Guidry.
What I wanted to get your thoughts on is an interesting. You kind of addressed it already with Nichols playing at Texas A&M and was very competitive now, 14-14 early in the fourth, if I recall. Give me your thoughts again on FBS and how they just kind of scratch it off the schedule, and you, McNeese, playing Florida Tech, and that goes off the schedule.
It's kind of just a wash.
Like a wash. That's your feeling on it? It's a wash.
Yeah. It don't, usually you play Division II school after you get a FBS school because it's kind of a trade-off.
Right.
You're going to get money from the FBS, and then you're going to kind of buy a win. But it don't really help you. The win really doesn't help you when you beat a Division II. I mean, it looks good on the schedule. Of course, we got 9 wins, 2 losses. But it really don't help you when it comes to getting in the playoffs.
Okay.
Okay, explain to people who may not know what happened to that Arkansas game. That ended up being Alcorn, I gather?
Yeah, well, it ended up, Arkansas ended up dropping us. You know, as far as what I know, I don't know everything about it, but from what I was told is that they were committed into playing us, but nothing was ever drawn up in a contract. We never signed it. And then when they had the opportunity to drop us and get Florida A&M, they did it. And they left us out in the cold, and we didn't have another money game to get. So
too late.
We started searching teams, and Alcorn had an opening, and we had to end up going on the road just to get a game. And had to flip the game with Nichols in order to get it. And then you got the hurricane come in, and so it was kind of just one of those years, you know.
Yeah. Perfect storm.
How about
against
the future? Do you have a money game next year?
We play BYU, next year, and we play
should have played
Northern
them this year.
Colorado.
Yeah, that would have been a good.
Northern Colorado.
Yeah.
So
Big one's coming up. As we go to break, as we transition, when you got the news, when you got an inkling of it prior to, you've been in this game a long time, but did you kick something in your office? Did you throw anything? No bitterness?
Coach gives you too,
I mean,
too cool for that.
I did. And, you know, I've been through ups and downs in my life personally and through the game of football. You know, I mean, I was at Miami of Ohio, and I was supposed to be a defense coordinator at Pitt, and then it falls out. And I go to Western Kentucky, and Willie Taggart gets a job at South Florida and don't take me. I mean, so I've been like this in my career, so it was just another thing to put a chip on my shoulder and put it on this team, and we'll be better because of it.
And you know, just to kind of feel for what Coach Guidry is saying, and as a player, each player goes to the end of the year knowing that they're going to have another game to finish out my year. And it's a tough way to go out, Coach, thinking that, you know, winning tonight, we may have another shot to play again. It's just tough, and I feel for the kids.
Out of their hands. Hold that thought. We're going to take a short pause. We'll come back with Lance Guidry. We'll talk about the 17 season in totality and looking ahead to 2018. When we come back to Jack Daniels at LaBerge Casino, stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Check us out online at soundoff60tv.com.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solar supply.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at LaBerge Casino. Continuing our conversation with McNeese head football coach Lance Guidry. All right, the season 2017, big improvement over your inaugural season of 6-5, 9-2. We talked. You touched on a little bit about the defense. I want to get it. I don't want to lose track, but we're going to talk about where this team improved and moved forward. But you personally, as a head coach, where did you improve the most? What facet of your game and your role of responsibility did you think you got better from year one?
Well, I was on the field coaching this year.
Yeah.
You know, and I've got a lot of experience coaching football, and when you remove yourself from coaching a position or a side of the ball and you're trying to manage everything, you're really not using maybe one of your best coaches. So I thought that me coaching again and letting Coach Cordova come in and handle a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff with itineraries and all that made us a better football program. You know, so that's the biggest asset that I think that I probably made a change. You know, offensively we didn't play as well. James didn't play as well, and there's different reasons for it. I thought we ran the ball better. LaWayne Ross, of course, was a great
Big
move.
weapon.
Yeah.
You know, I moved him from running back to tight end, and our running backs ran well. Offensive line was improved. Wide receivers were still good, but James didn't have the year like he had the year before, and it ain't all his fault. You know, there's some underlying things that we know is happening. So, but defensively, I mean, I can't say enough about him. I think we're of course #1 rush defense in the country out of FBS and FCS. We set a McNeese record for rush defense. We set a Southland record. It's never been that low before, and I think it's the 7th all-time lowest in FCS history. So when you can do that, I mean, and we don't have an NFL player probably on defense. So it's a lot of good college football players overachieving and believing in what we do at McNeese.
What about next year? What is your feeling?
Well, I think we'll be faster.
Way too early prediction.
Defensively, we'll be faster than we were. And I think we got a chance to be better than we were. And I don't know if that's going to amount to the statistics, but we got all of our corners coming back except for Jermaine Antoine, but he was hurt most of the year. Got Gabe Foster, who's going to fill in the free safety. The biggest hole is probably Dominique Hill. He had a great year, but I mean, Corey McCoy had to start 2 games for us, and got a junior college kid named Kyrie McLean that we're going to move in there as well. So I think the secondary will be as good, maybe more talented, to tell you the truth. Backer, we have Christian Jacobs coming back because he was out this year with the knee, and Sage Say, and so backers were going to be as good or better because B.J. Blunt had a hell of a year too. And the defensive line, we'll get Livings back. Livings didn't play the whole year. He was out. So you got him and Mike Uday, Cody Roscoe, and we got some defensive tackles, a young guy who's probably the best defensive tackle on the team, but we redshirted him. So I feel really good. Offensive line has experience. Tight end's going to be dynamic. He's an NFL guy. If he learns to block better, he will play on Sunday because he's so talented. Running backs, we got everybody back. So you just add now Pratt, and you've got Ham, and now you add back Ryan Ross. Wide receivers probably, offensively, probably the biggest question mark. But we get Austin Nelson back at tight end. We're going to be better at tight end.
You feel good about, I mean, Andy Dodd coming in for that 1 year from LSU?
Yeah, that was good. You know, he really anchored down for us, a big body guy. He really enjoyed it. He enjoyed playing again. He got tired. He wasn't used to playing that much, but he really helped us get through some humps this year.
You got somebody slotted at center to come in?
Yeah, we got some guys we can move around. We got a couple JUCO guys coming in at midterm. They're coming in visit. Got about 3 or 4 of them, so we can land 2 of them. Be real good.
And Coach, one of the things that we look at every year, we look to see basically where you're at and what you got. How big a part will JUCO guys coming in play on this team? Because we know, we look at a team like Southeastern. I mean, 1 year they had 4 Division I DBs. School and I and Rick watched the game. How did that happen? How big a part will that be in your team force for next year, Coach?
I think we fulfill needs. Unless there's a guy out there that you just got to take.
You got to have.
You know, like when Jansen came, they had to take him. Of course, when the Honey Badger was come on his video, you got to take guys like that because they're difference makers. But, you know, I think we need junior college help maybe or a transfer at some O-line and maybe wide receiver. Other than that, I feel good with our football team. We build this thing the right way. We build it from high school guys. I think we project really well, and I think we do a good job of recruiting and evaluating.
One other question, Rick. Being on the field this year at a position coach, did you ever forget at some point in time you was actually the head coach still?
No. Sometime I had to
because I would see you run to the defense like, come here, let's huddle up. I got to talk to y'all.
I tried to get them fixed as soon as I could, and I'd flip over on the offensive side and put my mic up so I could hear as I was talking, and I'd hurry and get away, and sometimes tell the other coaches, hey, tell them this, because I had to see if we needed to call a timeout or something like that. But I've done it like that in 2 bowl games, so I had to get used to it again this year, really calling the defenses. Took a year off, but I think I could do it no matter where I go. I could handle that.
You could see the difference in those kids, Coach. So I'm not saying it because you're sitting there. You could see the difference in the kids, man. You could.
You will stay as defensive coordinator for the foreseeable future, or 2018, or just year to year?
I'm not going to give it up.
I'm not giving it up.
It'd have to be a guy on my staff that's been with us and know how we do things. I won't ever hire a guy from the outside that I don't know, or a guy I worked with don't know, because there's a standard at McNeese, and you got to play a certain way when you play defense at McNeese.
You showed us that.
Okay, we talked about the bad luck you had in losing the Power 5 school game against Arkansas. Have you thought about it? And it does. It seems to me every year, and maybe this is every FCS school, but every year it seems like y'all are scrambling to fill out a schedule. Have you thought about that at all? You know, what y'all might can do different or better?
It's not my department.
Well, I understand that, but I know you must have discussions.
They bring teams in front of me and who I'd like to play, and really the only people I dodge is teams from the Big 12 that go really, really fast and throw the ball over because I think it cancels out our speed.
Yeah.
But the Big 10 or the SEC, I like playing them because they're going to try and big boy you, and you can stay in the game for a while with them.
Yeah.
And then
That makes sense,
their
Coach.
running backs take over in the fourth quarter, and the game ain't ugly, and your kids leave there with pride. But going into a TCU,
it'll get away.
It'll get away quick.
It'll get away
that's
quick.
not good when you lose 70.
I agree with you on that, Coach. It'll get away quick.
Morale.
Yeah.
And if you're not used to that,
right?
You know, it can break your team down.
Well, congratulations, Coach. Great year. I think you should be in the playoffs,
Coach.
and I'm not just look. I'm trying to be as objective and biased. I look at the numbers. I look at the.
We'll get better at that.
I think the Cowboys deserve to be in because I think the Southland deserved to go 4 deep, but just it wasn't to be this year. So congratulations on a great 2017. Have a great Thanksgiving week. Try to enjoy it real fast though, because I asked you this over the weekend. The early signing by FBS, you said it's going to be an advantage for you. This is the first year for NCAA FBS to early signing.
Yeah, you know, especially if the mid-majors sign their kids early, they won't be plucking guys late when they lose a guy. So if they get them early, it kind of they stay off of our kids a little bit. You know, because a lot of times North Texas and Houston and those guys that come at the very end and steal a kid from us.
Is there no early signing period in FCS?
Yeah, you can sign, but a lot of kids are we don't bring our kids in on official visits during the course of the year. We bring them in January.
Yeah.
In FBS, a lot of people, of course, they'll fly a kid the week of because they want to see that big environment.
Right.
But our kids, most of them are in drivable distance, so they get to see our campus on unofficials, then we bring them back in January.
Okay. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach. Stay healthy. We'll be talking to Lance Guidry. All right, congratulations for that. We're taking a short pause. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes to Jack Daniels at LeBaire. Stay right there.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBaire Casino Resort. The boys in the box will be right back.
This is the original light beer, brewed with the belief that a beer could be light and not compromise on taste, to be enjoyed from opener to headliner. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solarsupply.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right, welcome back to the show here. Many thanks to Lance Guidry for being with us talking Cowboy football. Country music here on the big stage every Friday and Saturday night starting at 10:30. John Sazak is Friday here at Jack Daniels, and on Saturday it's Curtis Grimes and his band. So get ready for that if you want to get in some good country music over the weekend. Get your prime for good times here at LeBaire Casino. Let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. Also, Barb head coach Mike Kuchera coming up in the next segment.
Well, they got a big game this week.
Later on in the show, we'll talk the LSU Tigers. We'll talk Dante Jackson and his craziness. And Baker
craziness
Mayfield
is not even starting. Some more craziness,
antics.
okay?
We'll call it antics. All right. Remember, these are college kids.
That's going to be a good topic. And you're right.
Let's go with the New Orleans Saints.
18 years old.
8-game winning streak, 8-2, still sitting atop the NFC South.
Yes.
If you're watching the show
And
Monday
Kevin's
night.
not impressed.
I'm not saying I'm not
Monday
impressed,
night matchup,
but
Seattle and Atlanta. We'll see how that thing shakes out.
No, that's
if
a good.
you're watching later in the week.
Well,
you know
I mean,
the
you
final
know,
already.
you already know how it's going to match out. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks has got 3 guys in this nationally known secondary.
Let's not talk about Seattle Seahawks. The New Orleans Saints are doing everything.
Atlanta
they
Falcons
need
going
to
to torch
do.
them.
They've got the defense working extraordinarily well. The offense is much more balanced than I've ever seen it, ever. In the Sean Payton, Drew
well, they had a big injury though this week.
The defense
We'll see.
They had a big injury.
Okay, all right. Lattimore went out once
Yeah.
or twice.
It was understandable.
He's a key
I mean,
player.
they were missing some of the people.
Yes,
yesterday.
you're right about that. All right, but they get a win and they figure out a way to win it by rallying back with 15 unanswered points late in the game with a 2-point conversion, with a 2-point conversion thrown in and winning in overtime.
What have we always said? If you got Drew Brees, Rick, you got a chance, man.
Well,
okay,
now
we've
you've
always
got
said
running
that.
backs and
We've always said that. But the thing is this, Rick.
But in case anybody wondered, Drew still got game.
We never doubted that.
Okay.
No, we never
But
doubted that.
remember last week I was talking about, you know, when I watch the Saints, I want to see Drew Brees. I don't want to see him hand off.
Yeah.
You know? Well, he can still do it.
It's fun watching Ingram pop it for 9 and 12
It is,
yards.
man. It is.
Average
It is.
11 yards a carry.
I don't know what got into this kid from the years that we saw him when he first got there from Alabama. We just thought he was going to be a bust.
Offensive line.
Maybe so, Rick.
Offensive line.
Maybe so, Rick.
I got a
Maybe
strong
so, Rick.
proclamation on this New Orleans Saints team, and I'm going to tease it because I love TV teases.
Okay.
I'm going to do it in about 2 minutes.
Okay.
I don't know if it'll blow you away, but I am sure of
I know where you're going with this, Rick.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do. I know where you're going with this.
Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
He juggles the ball, and he still goes in for 5 yards.
Yeah.
By 4 Redskins.
Yeah.
I know what you're going to say. By 4 Redskins, and he go. It's mind-boggling. This kid is he's magical. He's magical.
What did they see?
He needs this big of a hole.
What did they see in this kid that nobody else did, Rick?
He scores touchdowns.
What did they see in this kid nobody else did?
People, you know, I was
What?
Like, you know, he's from Tennessee.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
And
Jesus.
left Alabama.
What did they see in him?
I asked some people, and they can't figure it out either.
I'm serious, Scooter.
Nobody saw this coming.
Do you realize how
Sean
good?
Payton did.
Do you realize how good this kid is for what they're paying him? Probably, Rick.
The stories of Sean Payton. He went there. I don't need to work him out. I just need to pick his brain.
He said he knew.
I need to pick his brain to see how much he loves football
Wow.
and how he can dissect plays in the play.
Yeah.
Some kind of fun to watch.
He is.
Yeah,
he is.
he's
No, I'm
magical.
Rick. That I'll
As is
give you,
Mark
man.
Ingram this year.
I'm
And
telling you.
and I'm going to throw another name at you, and I was critical of him, have been. All right, Kobe Fleener, the
Okay.
tight end.
Yeah.
Finally.
You
in
know
the
how
last
big a
4 or
part that
5
is in the
games,
Saints
starting
offense.
to produce.
You know that. You know how big a part that is in the Saints
Big
offense,
time.
Rick. You know
Big
that.
time.
You know he's not going to be a Jimmy Graham,
No.
but I think he's workable.
He's
I think he's workable, Rick.
I
I'll put
was
it that way.
negative of
I think
Fleener
he's
because
workable.
he couldn't
He's not going to be a
contribute.
Jimmy Graham.
Key play.
He is.
Key play
He
in
is.
the game.
But you know
Late
what, Rick?
in the game.
If
4-1. Hold on. 4-1 Washington, and they run the ball off tackle. Fourth and maybe less than 1. Monty Te'o bust through with Marcus Williams for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah.
Guys, that will juice them for the whole week, getting ready for the Rams. That is an unbelievable stop.
Let me tell you what's one of the biggest motivating factors that the Saints have got that nobody on the outside probably would even know or even realize it. As a defensive player, in my mind, if I'm playing for the Saints, all we got to do is keep a team close because we've got a guy that's got a trigger that can get it for us. Yeah. That's the mindset that I'm going to have as a defensive player playing for the Saints. Don't let the game get away from you guys. And we
admitting the Saints might be pretty good.
We had John Elway. Okay, son. We had John Elway.
Well, let me tell you
when
something.
Nobody
in
got
the
away.
NFL has John Elway now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But let me say this: as a defensive player for the Saints, that's all I got to. Rick, that's how we should be coached. Keep it close. We got a chance, son. Keep it close.
You got to admit, they are tackling
Just keep the game close. We got a
the ball
chance.
quickly, and
they are, Rick.
DJ Williams of the world, the Crawley of the world, the Lattimore in and out. This secondary is just elevated their game.
The biggest thing,
Rick,
their game. That I want to see, Rick, is when we get later in the year, Rick. That's when all the good things we're saying about the Saints right now, Rick. It's gonna have to come to fruition. They're gonna have to. They're gonna. I know, Scooter, but there's a lot that takes place within that time. You got 4 games left, Scooter. Really.
Let me say.
A lot happens, man.
8-2.
Now, I didn't see the game. I didn't see the game.
Yeah. 6.
I've seen all the highlights, but I didn't see the game. I spent all day yesterday flying all over the world.
All over the world.
To get back from Knoxville. So I didn't see any of it. Too much, I thought, taking the easy way. Everybody wants to suddenly, oh, this is eerily like 2009, because they had a crazy victory over the Redskins in 2009, the Meacham Mayhem, whatever it was. But the thing the Saints take away from this, this 8-game winning streak, most of it has been pretty easy. I mean, they didn't really, you know,
big blowouts and
didn't come to real crunch time.
Right.
It will come again.
Oh yeah.
And they will lose a game.
They'll lose.
Maybe to a bad team, and then you'll blow them off.
Yeah.
But they have that standard now that they know
that they can win, Scooter.
They know
that they can win.
They can be down by 15 with 4 minutes to play.
And look,
that's
Willie
what
Snead,
I just said.
Willie Snead has not even made a huge contribution. Remember last year?
Yeah.
Third down guy?
Yeah.
All right, here's the proclamation. All right, I've been following this team since 1967.
I know you have, Rick. That's why I give you a hard time.
And I don't know the history books.
That's why I give you a hard time.
But from a standpoint of contribution and 3 starters, this draft, the 2017 draft, is the greatest and best draft in Saints history. Think about it.
I'd have to go back and look at them, but I'm not prepared to argue with you.
I don't know
Archie
the Saints
Manning
history
and
that
the
good,
impact
but
that Manning had as a starter, statistically, he didn't win any games because they were terrible.
Yeah. And you
Marcus
might be right.
Lattimore,
But
a
wait,
starter, one of the best cover corners in the league right now.
Yes, he
All
is.
right?
Not the best, but one. But
Ryan Ramczyk now taking over at right tackle and everywhere else.
Yeah.
17 draftee.
Right.
Marcus Williams, starting safety. Draftee.
I'm not arguing with you. I'd have to go back and look through their
Alvin
draft.
Kamara.
Yeah.
Also in the
Kamara.
third. And
Look.
Trey Hendrickson. Not a
Alvin Kamara
starter.
was one of the last ones picked.
No, he was a third round.
He was a third round.
And
What
Trey
I'd
Hendrickson.
have to say, though,
Contribution. Greatest draft in the history
Rick,
of the
you've got a
Saints.
point, Rick.
Go ahead.
Decent point.
you know, you say, well, what did he see that nobody else did, blah, blah, blah. Where was this acumen the last 3 or 4 years?
I knew you were going to say that.
Because they sure had some bad drafts leading up to this.
I got to say one name.
I knew you were going to say that.
Ryan Leaf.
Oh, my
You
God.
hit some and you lose some.
Oh,
You
my
hit them and
God.
sometimes you don't
Yeah.
hit them. Up against the clock, Barb Bucks,
You
Mike
definitely
Cotrera
do.
talking high school football
Yes.
for the Big Blue, headed up to West Monroe. We're
time.
coming right back with that and more. Stay right there.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBerge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
The 2018 Toyota Camry is here, and it is a remarkable product. So remarkable, in fact, we're going to do something a little different with this commercial. We're just going to spend the rest of this 30 seconds showing you this car. So if you're one of those people that's always said, yeah, the Camry's not really the car for me, you might be exactly who this car is for. Come see it today at Lake Charles Toyota.
Oh, you run the parish.
Then there were 3. That's about all we have left in Southwest Louisiana when it comes to high school football. Maybe 4, because Kinder is playing well.
Kinder is.
Barb head coach Mike Cotrera of the Bucks is with us, and you are one of the mighty 4 remaining in high school playoff action. The Barb Bucks, you headed up to West Monroe. Congratulations thus far. The 2 playoff games, you're going into round 3. How difficult has it been? How much of a challenge has it been?
It's been a challenge. You know, each group or each round that you go, the competition gets better and better.
Yeah, ratchets up.
You know, last week with Destrehan, they were very very good team, and you know our kids went up and played well. So hopefully we can continue to do that this week.
Why is it every time it looks like Barb has really got something going, You don't even have to look. You know they got to play West Monroe next.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never understood that.
You know,
how does that always work out?
It was just, you know, now with the power rankings and all that stuff, that's just how it fell this year. But
I assume this is a typical West Monroe team.
yeah. Yes, it is. But you know, they're not running the quarterback under center with the tailback 11 yards deep anymore. They're in the shotgun now, and they still have a quarterback that can go, and you know, and a running back that can go. But yeah, it's a typical West Monroe football team.
Yeah. Coach, just looking at them size-wise, is it any surprise that they've got some kids there that's probably going to be playing for some D1 schools later on down the road? I didn't mean to say it that way, but Coach, they've got some monsters.
Yeah,
man,
they do.
To be honest with you,
they do, and they do. They seem like they just reload every year.
Yeah.
You know, it's that type of program, and we know what we're up against. But you know, our kids are ready to play.
Yeah.
Mike, how do you attack a behemoth? Okay, not that Barb.
You want to take my word away now, Coach?
But they're
you
big.
want to take my word away?
Barb is big too. Barb has a history of great football. But how do you attack that when they change their offensive scheme and schematics and things like that? Do you attack it by throwing in an offensive wrinkle? Do you throw in a defensive wrinkle? Do you change your gaps? How do you attack it? Or do you just play your base and we just got to beat the man in front of him?
Well, you know, you got to do all of that.
Yeah.
You really do. You know, you have to be able to make adjustments as well during the game. But, you know, we'll throw some wrinkles in. We'll do some different things. But, you know, it all comes down to blocking and tackling.
Yeah.
You know, and hopefully we can get some turnovers. And when we get the ball in the red zone, score a touchdown.
Yeah. All right, forget West Monroe. When was there a point this season that you thought it was maybe coming together for your team? Maybe a hurdle y'all cleared, or
you know,
a fork in the road?
Well, you know,
any more cliches?
You know, I think our kids have just been getting better each and every week. You know, and like I said, we're playing good football at the right time. And you know, after a Acadiana game, you know, it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but you know, our kids came back and they refocused and worked hard, and again, like I said, you know, we're playing good football at the right time.
And no slight. Let me interject, Kevin.
Yeah.
No slight against anybody on your entire roster, but it doesn't seem that the Barb Bucks have that 1, 2, or 3 mega prep star. The name. You know what I'm saying?
Your Deshaun's.
The Deshaun Smith of the world, the Kirkland Banks from just recently. But you got good quality in some key spots.
Yeah.
They're just not these superstar names. Not yet, anyway.
We don't have that one individual star.
Right.
We just got a group of guys that like playing football and like playing together.
And play
it's a total team effort.
Yeah,
it really is.
I can agree to that. Coach, in years past where you clearly looked at the roster of the opposing team and saw where you were outmatched to a degree, the one thing that I can say that's been a constant with you and the coaching staff is that you guys have always seemed to find a way to beat those teams with speed. How would you match the speed that you've got this year versus years past that you've had?
You know, we have pretty good speed. You know,
that's been the key. You guys have always been able.
You know, we have gotten fast over the years, but you know, we've had teams that have been faster than this team.
Yeah.
Like I said, though, but the way our kids are playing, though, they're playing fast.
Good.
Which is good.
It is good.
Barb Bucks head football coach Mike Cotrera in our final minute here, getting ready to go to #1 seeded West Monroe, and the Bucks are seeded 9 in these playoffs. Everybody surrounds really high school football in this region. I was there. You were there 5 years ago. But maybe it was the American press. Maybe we all called it.
I know one person that wasn't there. Somebody was at 121.
Yeah. I wrote a column about it.
Yeah, he did. Rick and I was there.
It was a great article.
Yeah, Rick and I was there.
It's a great article.
Football coach. You remember things. The miracle on McNeese.
So us three can talk about it. Scooter he wasn't there.
How the magic of that game that was really still resonate with you. That was a wild.
That was a big time game.
Yes, it was. You know, for 45 minutes of the game, they were beating us. I mean, it was. And then the last 3 minutes, we just came alive. And again, it's a credit to the kids that we have. It's a credit to the kids we have today. You know, they're going to compete for 48 minutes. And that's exactly what we did.
It made that Saints comeback yesterday look like child's play.
And look, these guys poo-pod every week, but your field goal kicker and special teams were big against Destrehan.
Yeah.
Yes, they came up big.
Will that be a factor?
Yes,
against
definitely,
West Monroe?
definitely.
I mean,
and we've stressed
field goal
that too.
kickers can win games for you.
Yes, they can, especially in high school, Rick.
Yes.
Yes.
And it will play big this week as well.
All right, 5 seconds or less to key, West Monroe.
You know,
Maybe a bit beyond blocking and tackling.
No, yeah, right. We're gonna have to come up with turnovers, and,
Yeah.
and the defense has been doing that all year. Have been playing fantastic. So you know, if we can get some turnovers, and like I said, when we get the ball in the red zone, we have to put up touchdowns.
5A playoffs, it's a big one. Number
It's a big
9
game
Bar
for 'em.
going up north to Monroe to take on West Monroe, number 1 seeded Friday night. Wish you luck.
Thank you.
Coach, them going to do good.
Thank you.
Love
Yes.
to have you back, win or lose, because
Yeah.
it's been a great year for the Bar Bucks.
Definitely.
We're coming back with LSU, Dante Jackson,
Unbelievable.
Baker Mayfield, and maybe a few
Unbelievable
other things
again.
as well. When we come back to Jack Daniels at LaBerge Casino. Stay right there.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by our friends at Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 24/7 online at soundoff60tv.com.
The 2018 Toyota Camry is here, and it is a remarkable product. So remarkable, in fact, we're going to do something a little different with this commercial. We're just going to spend the rest of this 30 seconds showing you this car. So if you're one of those people that's always said, yeah, the Camry's not really the car for me, you might be exactly who this car is for. Come see it today at Lake Charles Toyota.
For more taste, less calories, and half the carbs, there's only one light beer to grab. Miller Lite. Hold true.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right, welcome back to the show. Many thanks to Lance Guidry, Cowboys
Yes.
head football coach, also Bar Bucks head coach Mike Cotrera for joining us on the show. Look,
and you know, Rick,
when it's top line guests, when it's guests that are in the news when it comes to sports,
yeah,
just come here every night.
You know, and
come here. We're gonna
having Coach Lance Guidry on. You know, you could
Not
sense.
us. They like the food at Jack
That
Daniels.
helps.
Good point, Scooter. You could sense the disappointment, but hats off to Coach Lance Guidry, man. He really feels for his kids, man. Honestly, Rick.
Should be in there.
Hats off
Should-
to him,
should-
man.
Should
I
be
really
in the
do.
playoffs. All right. Before we get into LSU and beyond college football, just want to let Jennings will host number 18 Crowley. Crowley ended Iowa's unbeaten year. That surprised me.
Yeah.
Crowley seeded 18. I don't know where you put all these seedings at, but Crowley beat Iowa over the weekend.
And
boy,
I mean, you really thought Iowa was going to go because of the
really
year that
did.
they were having, man.
I
Really.
really- the
The Yellow
big game
Jackets,
this
I
week,
really thought they were going.
outside of the Barb West Monroe,
I really
number
did.
8 Kinder at number 1 Welsh.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great high school matchup in
That
Southwest
is.
Louisiana.
That is.
Kinder, what, 2-time state champion?
Yes.
At Welsh,
Yeah.
number 1.
Number
seeded
one.
Number 1 in
Greyhounds.
2A football. All right. LSU, what do we take away from this LSU win at Tennessee? They were favored
It
to
was
win.
a
They
win.
did
It was
win.
it was a
It was a
monsoon.
win.
It was a win
Yeah.
in the monsoon.
They-
That's all.
I mean, in the end, they covered the spread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't the prettiest game you're ever going to see.
No.
But that was one of the strangest games I've ever seen.
It was.
And, you know, I watched the replay when I got home this morning.
Mm-hmm.
If you, like most people here, if you saw it on TV, TV did not do justice
Never does.
to how crazy that weather was.
Yeah, never.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I am telling you, when they came out to start second half, from the press box, you could not see the field.
The field.
Wow.
Yeah.
You could not see
Wow.
the
And,
field.
and obviously there's no lightning, so they let 'em
Orgeron
play.
said today, you know, that kickoff that Ended up back at a 3-yard line. He figures nobody from Tennessee saw it. I
Really?
know you didn't. Nobody in the press box saw it.
Wow.
But Orgeron said from the sideline, they had no idea where that kickoff went.
That was a lot different, believe me. When you actually look at it, the one thing I guess, and Scooter, help me out, did at one point the lights go out?
Yeah, during halftime. Now, most of them came back on, or all of them came back on pretty soon. But yeah, it like during the halftime show, I don't think they could have played. There wasn't enough light.
Yeah. Wow. The thing that bothers me about games like this, Rick, is that you're asking, and Scooter's going to say, oh, it's going to happen. Injuries. That's made for injuries, man. A game like that. It's made for injuries, man.
You got to be awfully happy, Guidry, that
it's made for
technically there's 2 more games. A&M this holiday week, all right, call it rivalry week.
Yeah.
And then a bowl game. And then you're going to be rid of Danny Etling.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be the happiest man on.
Well, look, man. It's never been about Danny, man. It's never been about Danny, man.
All year for
it's never been about Danny, man.
You're wrong. You're
wrong. There were just some games.
The truth will set you free, young man.
Speak the truth. What did Coach Lance Guidry say?
He's not John Elway.
What did Coach Lance Guidry say about his quarterback? He said he didn't have the year that we thought he was going to have versus last year. Okay. Did he not say that?
Yes.
An honest comment. And that's all what I'm saying. Okay. He didn't do what I thought he was going to do.
You have been anti-Danny
that's all.
from the beginning.
He didn't do what I thought he was going to do.
Obviously.
Danny Etling has never claimed to be John Elway.
No. Stop it, Scooter.
You're standard.
Stop it, Scooter.
You're standard.
Stop
but
it.
I'm going to tell you what.
Stop it, Scooter. No.
I hope LSU fans appreciate that kid. Because he is one of the toughest kids.
I believe that. But let me tell you something. Scooter, you're not giving this little kid, Miles Brennan, you're not giving him a shot. This kid is a little bad dude, man.
His turn is coming.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's a little bad dude. He's there for a reason.
You learn more and more, and you're on the inside.
I do not understand why they ran him as much as they did.
Why they ever did that? They've ever did that before.
You learn more and more. Apparently he had surgery on a herniated disc over the game.
Yeah.
He played with a disc problem. Yeah,
he did.
So look, I mean, talk about tough. Okay, talk about tough.
We never tested the kid's toughness, Rick.
Matt
Never.
Canada must have seen something with Tennessee because they ran him twice.
Yeah.
Twice in a row.
One was for a
inside
touchdown,
the red zone.
and one was for a touchdown.
But he ran Etling more against Arkansas.
He did.
He must have saw something.
I bet or maybe
it's
Kevin's
Rick.
calling the play. It's trying to get him hurt. Can
you believe he went that low, Rick? Can you believe he went that low? He went that low.
The subplot to the whole story.
He went that low, Scooter. Wow, man.
But Dante Jackson.
Oh, just stupidity.
Defensive back.
And I'm a defensive back, Rick.
All right, so
I would have slapped him if I was playing with him. I would have slapped him.
Explain the story quickly. He made an obscene gesture.
It was the student section.
They broke up a pass in the end zone, or it was incomplete. I don't think they really broke it up. And at first he was like wagging a finger.
Like no, it's what it meant.
The student section, which was right behind the end zone, and then he used another finger. Get my drift.
Totally. That wasn't even.
You know the amazing thing? That was LSU's only flag in the game.
Was it really? I didn't even know that.
That's impressive.
This is the thing.
That's impressive.
Rick,
if he doesn't do that, LSU has their first penalty-free game since 1972.
That's impressive.
Wow.
That's incredible.
This the thing that really just boils my blood, Rick. When I played, Rick, you didn't do that. Scooter can tell you.
Get off my lawn! You old man!
With the type of talent that these guys have got and the ability, Rick, that these guys will probably go on to play on Sundays, what does that say about you as a person?
All right.
Above all else.
What does that say?
What does that say about you as a person, man?
Heisman candidate in the country.
Okay, I'm not quite through with Dante
go ahead.
yet.
We got about a minute. Hurry up.
Okay. This might be a little bit of a blessing. Didn't affect the game. They didn't even score after getting first and goal.
Yeah.
LSU's secondary and a little bit their whole defense. Now, most of it's good. There's a lot of chemistry on this team.
It is.
I like it when you see them doing like this, having fun.
Yeah.
They should have fun.
I agree, Scooter.
But that secondary in particular,
he's been living on the edge.
They've been pushing that envelope all year long to see what they can get away with, it seems like sometimes. And maybe they find out. Maybe they find out there is an edge.
In our waning 20 seconds, Smithy Guidry, as a former player, Do you cut Baker Mayfield some slack because it was chippy right from the start against Kansas? They refused to shake his hand. They went after him a little bit for his obscene gestures on the sideline.
I cut him no slack.
No slack.
No slack.
I don't blame you.
You're supposed to be a champion. That's not how champions perform, Rick.
The whole, the whole flag at Ohio State
and you're up
maybe
for the
bothers
Heisman?
me just as much.
Yeah.
But,
you're up for the Heisman.
That bothers me. That bothers me.
He's got to know who he is.
He's got to know
And the
Scooter.
camera's going to be
first
on
round
him
NFL draft pick.
every minute. But,
look,
and I'm not condoning it because of it, but that was just as Bush League by Kansas.
It was.
To stand there and not
You don't
shake
psych a
hands.
guy out that way.
But
And
still,
at least he could say he was winning. Kansas, what are they, 1-10?
Yeah, really.
And they're going to sit there and not shake hands with maybe a playoff team?
And look, he stood up and he apologized.
He did.
He didn't.
How many times has he apologized?
I know, but
this
he
year?
did it. He did it on his own.
Yeah,
He did it on his own.
That wasn't the
thing,
most
Rick,
heartfelt
Oklahoma's going to
apology.
sit him for the first series against West Virginia. Look, he's a Heisman candidate. He's got to calm this down. He's a first-round NFL
can we
draft
talk
pick.
next week if that will affect him?
We'll talk more about
Okay.
it next week.
All right.
As we're on
Is he getting
time.
into
All right.
Manziel territory yet?
He's getting there, isn't he? All right. Great show, everybody. Hope you
Yes.
enjoyed it.
All
Happy
right.
Thanksgiving. Have a safe week over the holiday weekend. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 4 Monday through Sunday nights at 9 and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout Southwest Louisiana on Vive Broadband Channel 6 at 9 p.m. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the guys and access our website and our great advertising partners at soundoff60tv.com.